Hello, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, then hi! I'm doing a challenge with Tracey at Miniscenes GB. She decided to do challenges and throw them out to everybody. And I didn't want to do resin or casting powders or anything that she usually does. So when I heard she'd got herself some watercolours, I was like, ding ding. So I've been practicing like mad. I am no expert. I am using a reference for this picture on my computer screen right now. I have done lots and lots of practicing, and at the end I will show you some pictures of others that I've done, so please stick around for that. So I have no idea how good Tracey is at watercolours. Never seen any of her watercolours before. Don't know how many times she's practiced before now. So your guess is as good as mine on if she can do it. So we shall see. I like to have a pencil drawing before I start. Usually I do it a bit lighter than this so I can see it, but if I do that then you can't see it. So I've got to do it a little bit darker. Although it's still barely visible at the minute. But you don't want your pencil lines too dark, otherwise it's hard to cover with the watercolours. Because obviously they're watercolours, so it's quite translucent, unless you want deep pigmentation, which means you don't put too much water on. Now, there's a couple of times this drawing just foxed me a little bit. I'm not good with my depth perception, is that the one I'm thinking of? Don't know. No, it's not that. No, I don't know what I'm trying to say, as usual. Now, these tapes I got from our local Sally Army, so they're not very sticky, which is fantastic, because I don't want them to be too sticky, because I want some trim around the painting so it gives you a nice crisp line. I also don't want the paper to move around, and there was another reason. Oh yeah, not being too sticky means that you don't have to use a hairdryer to help remove the paper, the sticky paper, because if it gets stuck it'll tear. So with these being not so sticky, it helps. I put water on the background because that's where I'm starting, and it kind of helps to stop the water from bleeding into any other areas if you follow a certain line on your painting that you've already figured out in your head. I am dabbing my paint on because I want texture, and you build up from light to dark. Sometimes I don't follow that path, sometimes I go my own way, and that's totally fine. There is no right or wrong way, although some people will probably say, don't do that. Well, I'm me, and I just go with the flow. This whole painting took me an hour and 30 minutes. In fact, I was actually late for my own premiere because I just got lost, totally lost in painting it. I'm adding basically beige tones with a touch of green and a touch of yellow. There's not going to be much in the way of colour here because the tones, you get them from adding more water, less water. I wipe my brush sometimes because it helps to get rid of what you've got on your brush even though you won't wash it, and it also makes your brush more pointed, so if it's spragged a little bit after a while with painting you get back to normal. And also it dries your brush so you can get rid of the excess water if you don't want any. If you do make a mistake, on here I do make a mistake and I use my finger to mop up and the cloth that I've got in my hand to mop up, but you can do it another way. If you dry out your brush completely, clean brush, and then go onto the bit that you've made the mistake on and just kind of roll your brush around, you can pick up that excess water and paint. if it hasn't done it the first time, do it a couple of times. Wash your brush, roll it on the, make sure it's dry, roll it around on the paint, and it'll pick it up lovely, like it's never been there. Oh, there's another reason why I put the tape on. When you add lots of water, it tends to make your paper bevel a bit. Even with good paper. I mean, this is half decent. It's not great. It's cheap, but it's good paper. Timu, as usual. It does sort of bevel and bow, and the keeping it stuck down helps it to stay firm on a flat surface. And I am still using the same paint as I originally started with, only I'm adding to it because I want them all to be the same tone. I don't want anything too in your face. And I am painting now, I want to say Tonto. I know it's not Tonto. I can see the word in my head, but my brain is telling me Tonto. Toronto anime, and it's Ghibli works. Oh, some of their animation is absolutely beautiful. When I say some, all of it is. It's all beautiful, and I just fell in love with it recently, and especially this little guy. I just, the colours, the tones, the cuteness, it's just, oh, I love it. I just can't get over some of the artwork, and I'm actually using it as a reference for something else that I'm doing that's kind of in the pipelines but not out there yet, because I'm not quite sure if I'm capable. So I am using a bit of green for the front. I want some of the grass to look darker, because you can, not darker but more colourful, because then it's closer to you and a bit more toned. But if you go over this, like the yellow there, if you go over a colour, the water activates it again, so then you can merge the two colours together, but it's still the piece that you already put down. Thank you to my members, my subscribers, my watchers, my likers and my commenters. You are all fantastic, and I wouldn't be able to do this without you, so thank you very much. I am now going in to do I'm just going to call him Tonto. You will be able to find it by putting anime and T-O-R, I think it's T-O-R-O-N-T-O, Toronto. Oh, Gordon Bennett, I've confused myself now. I've got Tonto in my head now and it's stuck. But yeah, it's Ghibli, so Google Ghibli anime T-O-R. Painting is the shadow from the leaf over his head, top half, and I've realised that actually it's not quite right, so I make his belly a bit bigger, because the shading I can see goes over his belly. So I'm going in with a light wash of brown. It's nice brown, and if you go and add a little bit more of the brown, you can make it darker. If you want to make it lighter, just add more water. The tones, the amount of tones you can get out of one colour just by less water, more water, is fascinating to me. I love it. I'm usually quite a bold artist. I say artist. I'm a practicer. I practice everything. So for me, doing anything watercolouring and being muted is quite a scary thing for me. I really do like bold, in your face colours, and this is going to be my new favourite thing, trying not to be so bold, but it clears your head. You don't think, you just do. It's just, you go with the flow. It's really nice, and I just really enjoy doing this, and I don't think it's too bad either. I mean, the face looks a bit derpy at the minute, it's not quite right. I do alter that. You can see there's a little bit of light on his head and a little bit down his side, and then I'm adding some darker leaves just to give the impression of trees and bushes, but not too much that it's so much detail. Watercolours, you don't have to have detail. You can be as sketchy as you like. That's what I like about it. You can just build up and change it and keep changing it. You can faff as much as you like, and it doesn't matter, because in the end it'll still be pretty cool. And I'm trying to make his belly look a little bit more rounded, and I do go in with the same brown again, but again, one a bit darker, one with more water, then it gives that shading of a rounded belly. I still keep looking at it now thinking, I need to change that, but then I've also decided, no, leave it alone. You will see at the end that I've got a progression of little watercolours. The flower I do isn't bad, but you can tell it needs a lot of work. So I'm going to keep these and see my progression. If I'm doing something I love, then it's a lot easier. But flowers I find really tricky. Now, I watch a lot of people on YouTube. There's Betty. There's... oh, Ricky Thump. Why has my brain just gone blank? They do watercolours. Oh, crumbly wumblies. There's more than Betty. Although Betty is brilliant. I'll put some names in thingy, in description box. And their channels. And Tracey's too. The next video as well, because I think I'm going to be earlier than hers. And now, you see that? That came off perfectly. No tearing or anything. And I'm just rubbing out the little lines from above where I've not painted, because I didn't want the paint there. And as I said, I'm quite a bold colour, bold drawing kind of person. So for me, oh, Matilda and Josephine, Jane, she does some awesome little miniature paintings with watercolour. Oh, and she's brilliant. And I quite like her style with the pen over the top. And I didn't realise that I actually did the same thing until I started watching her. And it was like, okay, that's fine then. Yeah, it's not just me being me because I like black lines on things. But I don't do a bold black line. I'm doing it quite faint as I go around. And every now and again I'll have to wipe it on my hand because it's picking up the paint as it's going around. That's the first time I've cleaned it because it's just blobby on the end. So I kind of skip draw with this pen. So the pieces missing, some pieces a little bit older depending on what side of the body it's on. So it'll be faint somewhere, darker somewhere else. I don't go over the whiskers because they are so thin. Oh my god, that was really hard to do. So thin. And I only give the illusion of leaves on the little bush and the illusion of grass just by the odd flick here or there. Same as his belly, I just put the odd flick around so its hair is a furry creature. So I don't want to be too bold, but I also want to give it that little bit extra something. And I still think that leaf, the top of the leaf needs more oomph. I think it needs a bit of sparkle, like the sun's hitting it. Oh yeah, all my links are to my Amazon wish list, to the Joy and the Gertisons, Buying the Sanity, and more importantly, discount codes to save yourself some money are in the discount box below. And yes, I may get a little bit of a kickback, but it'll be no extra cost to you, and it supports me in ways that, well, saves you cash. Oh, and if any of those links don't work, please let me know. Now, yeah, I can see that it definitely needs a bit of something on the top of that leaf. Like I said, I'm going to leave it alone and I'm going to learn from it. And anyway, have a look at Tracey's. She'll be up at 9 o'clock today, and let's see how she does. And don't forget, always sign your pieces. I don't know why I signed it with my name though. I like Gert Creates better. So thank you for watching. Keep an eye on the pictures because there's more, and don't forget to like, give me a thumbs up, give me a comment, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.